What is going on, New York Giants fans? I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, really been inconsistent, a lot of stuff's going on in my life or whatever, so excuse me. I know I don't really have any followers or whatever, but like to try to change that and get the trend going the opposite way. But just wanted to hop on here and get my opinion out there about this whole Saquon Barkley, kind of BS drama that's going on, and just kind of get my thoughts on that, and even talk about a little bit of the free agent signings we've added here. And let's just get into it right away. With this whole Saquon Barkley thing, man, I tell you what, I can't believe that we are this split on a guy that's a running back in 2023. I really can't. No other team in the league is pressed for not signing their running backs. None. Dalvin Cook released. Nobody presses the Vikings. Josh Jacobs, believe he led the league in rushing last year. Franchise tag. Nobody really complains, okay? Miles Sanders played really well on that Eagles team despite they have a really good offensive line. Say what you want. He played really well, okay? I'm a Giants fan, of course. I know. Nobody says anything. The Panthers pay him, I think, $6 million, okay? The only running backs in the league that are really getting paid are Derrick Henry and, I want to say, Christian McCaffrey, right? We'd all agree. This is true. And yet, my Giants are the team that gets ripped for not paying the running back top shelf money. Why? He's already been paid, okay? Number two overall pick in the draft, okay? I believe he made $30 million already in his 4 or 5 years in the league. Okay? Do you know how much money Austin Eckler's made? Not that. Okay? The fact of the matter is that man played very well on the Giants last year, obviously. Okay? You could argue he led the Giants to the playoffs, okay? Certainly in the beginning half of the year, our offense was very run dominant, and yeah, I mean, he definitely carried top 3 running back in the league. I thought best running back in the league at the time. But you can't deny that there was a certain point after that Texans game where I believe we gave him like 35 carries. He had about 150 yards rushing, great game, but his shoulder kind of started giving out on him. He was not the same player. He wasn't, okay? Everybody knows he's not really a workhorse guy, and for years I tried to argue opposite, but if I'm being honest with myself, year after year, he shows he's not a workhorse. But what he is he's a guy, you give him 13 to 17 carries at that a game, keep the offense balanced if you can. But you couldn't do that in the past couple of years because there's been nobody on the outside after Odell left. And yet, everyone's expecting him to do Derrick Henry-like type stuff, but he's not Derrick Henry, unfortunately. All due respect to Saquon, right? Back to my point, you don't give him that many carries. So you're going to pay a guy upwards of 15 to 16 million because clearly that's what Saquon's wanting because he's declining everything. We already offered a contract to him midway season. That was declined. We offered him more money, I believe, after the season ended and we were negotiating with Daniel Jones, of course. That guy declined it, right? He got franchise tag, but said it was unacceptable. But he made no real effort to make the franchise tag not come into play because he wanted to have it his way. But guess what? It's new ownership, not new ownership. What am I talking about? It's a new GM, new head coach. Okay, not the same guys who were here when you were drafted. You can't pull the same type of power moves with what's his name? Brian Dable, excuse me, and Joe Shane. They didn't draft you. They're not Dave Gettleman. That's what I wanted to say. Dave Gettleman pays you. And to be honest with you, Dave Gettleman probably pays you record-setting amount of money. You're probably getting 18, 19 because Dave Gettleman swore you're touched by the hand of God. Great player. After his injuries, he's not the same guy, but I still think he's top 5. I still think he's one of the best, but I think there's a step that he's just not at. Because outside of Tennessee, the guy's had what? He's had no breakaway runs like Tennessee. Simply put. Okay? So if you ask me, franchise tag is perfect because you could argue, it could affect the locker room and things of that nature. I totally get that. But for the team, and we got to put the Giants first if we're Giants fans. We're Giants fans first, players second, but it has to be the best interest of the team, and it is. We get another year out of him. If he duplicates it, then we either let him go when he walks and gets a bag somewhere else, or we make the best out of the contract and sign him probably to another 2-year deal or something. Or at the worst case, he flames out this year and we're off of it. Not stuck in some crazy contract like the Cowboys did with Zeke, or, yeah. I mean, I don't see how that's not the best thing for the Giants, but so. And then switching sides a little bit here, we signed Cole Beasley and James Robinson. Obviously, we'll start with James Robinson. Just speaking with Saquon, James Robinson is a great pickup. Okay, not only does it add a potential number 1 running back should Saquon really sit out the year, which I really don't think he's going to do, but you never know, man. I didn't think it would go this far. I thought we would have signed a deal by now because he didn't want to reset the market, but I'm mistaken. So James Robinson coming in, it could really help us out in the backfield, give us some versatility and some depth, most importantly. I think we all love Eric Ray, but I think it's a little bit much to expect him to just come out and be just a superstar. I think he can come out and put up a respectable 600 to 700 yards rushing, maybe 3 or 4 touchdowns. I really do. I think we're going to be a very good offense this year, that he's going to be in the games more, in a little bit more of the garbage time variety than he is in major ways, especially if Saquon's back. But, Gary Brightwell, I think we've seen what he is at this point, guys. I mean, special teamer and, mid running back who can come in with that wildcat, just be on the field. But I don't see much in Gary Brightwell. Maybe I'm wrong, but, Matt Breida is a veteran journey guy. He's not really, what is he, 198 pounds? The guy's not going to pound the rock at all. He's more of a receiving back anyway, and he's not going to carry this team. So James Robinson coming in, if Saquon's out, is great, And Cole Beasley, we must be in Vegas because there's nothing but slot receivers everywhere. And, I guess that's a good thing because this team has struggled with depth and injuries year after year after year, which again is why I make the case for Daniel Jones being, slept on because he's had absolutely nothing to throw to. Okay, so now we have Cole Beasley to pair up with Wandale and Shep and who else is on the team? Jamison Crowder, you name it. We've got a bevy of wide receivers this year, which is great. And I'm hoping that when it comes to cut down day, truly the better receivers survive. I don't want to see a bunch of just receivers making the roster. Unfortunately, no disrespect to Jeff Smith, but I'm not really interested in seeing Jeff Smith make this roster. And then we're screwed at receiver if somebody goes down again. No offense, but that's just what it is. And if you're still here, you're a trooper. I appreciate it. I know I don't post a lot, but I'm trying to change that as Giants training camp is getting started. I really do plan on starting to kick this off again and trying to grow my channel, man. So if you could please like, comment, subscribe, whatever, that'd be great. And I really appreciate it. And until next time, I'll be back. See ya.